So, hi, I'm Jenna Hartley, and welcome to Writer Wednesdays. This is a weekly chat with my author friends. It's a chance to get to know some of the writers behind some of your favorite stories, as well as hopefully discover some new authors. Today, I'm super excited because we have Nicole Rodrigues with us. Say hi, Nicole.
How are you?
Good, thanks. She's a mom of three littles, married to her real-life book boyfriend, and resides outside Nashville, Tennessee. Nicole writes sexy romance with sassy heroines and swoony heroes. I can attest to this. I'm currently reading Sadler's Scandal. And when she's not writing, she's reading. Nicole is also a Pinterest connoisseur who loves to go on adventures. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to ask about this whole like Pinterest connoisseur thing.
Okay.
Does that mean that you like collect pins and never try them, or that you actually do a lot of them?
So I attempt to do a lot of Pinterest things. I love going on and I look up new recipes and like a lot of stuff for my kids. So like we'll do like a lot of projects and stuff. So right now we're attempting with all this toilet paper surplus. I'm collecting all the like the inside
The rolls.
cardboardy thing. Yeah. And my son has like a bunch of Matchbox cars. So we got like a little wooden square box and like we're stapling all the little things in there to slide his cars in.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
I know, it's so stupid, but I got the idea of Pinterest. I'm like, I can totally do this with all of this toilet paper that we have, all
Yeah.
leftovers.
No, I mean, you got to find a way to use it. We've found some good activities for toddlers on Pinterest as well, with like, cupcake tins that you put like pom-pom balls in. It was all stuff.
Yeah, it's like things that you would never think of, but you're like, that's so easy. I have that stuff in the house. I can just do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you actually tried them. I know like a lot of times it's so easy to collect the pins and then just never do anything with them. So
Yeah, I have a lot of those. My dream house in like 20 years when I hit lotto or something.
Actually, do you have Pinterest boards of your characters and book stuff?
I don't. And it's funny because I am a big fan of Lauren Lane, and she said her biggest social media like advocate kind of is Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how is that possible? Because I never realized like you could probably just put like one of those like mood boards or like one of the collages that all these booksgrammers make and just pin it back to one of my books and people would like look at it. And I never really like, that's one avenue that I've never explored yet, but I'm totally gonna start looking into it because I think it's so cool.
I think you should. Yeah. I mean, I think, readers love to see like character inspiration and stuff. A lot of times, like I don't necessarily share mine just because I want the reader to imagine it. But I know like as a reader, sometimes I like seeing that. So I guess I'm kind of
you can picture it in your head. Yeah, exactly.
So now for a more serious question. Are you ready?
Okay.
How do you feel about breakfast for dinner?
I'm totally not against that. Breakfast is my favorite. On the weekends when my husband's home and we can make like a big like eggs, bacon, the whole thing, it's my favorite. I can eat breakfast all the time. I'm not against that. Chocolate pancakes, French toast.
Excellent.
I'm a big breakfast person.
Sounds perfect. So which of your characters do you think is most likely to make someone breakfast in bed?
Ooh, I'd say probably out of my heroes,
yeah,
probably Raphael, because I think I actually had a scene in there where he did make Rochelle breakfast. So they're in Sadler at Stake. They're the third book in the Sadler series. And my heroine, probably Dakota, the one from Sadler's Scandal, because she's very organized and she knows breakfast is the most important part of the day. So she'd definitely be making some breakfast.
My kind of person. Yeah, one of my characters loves making pancakes for breakfast, but he makes like allergy friendly ones because he's a nanny for a little girl with food allergies. I was inspired by my own daughter because she has food allergies, so his recipe is like on my website.
That's so cool. I love when authors do that, and you should totally have like recipe cards that you give out at signings. That's the best.
That's a great idea. We're getting author share tips right now.
There we go.
So Pinterest, I got my recipe cards done. I think we're done, right? Just kidding.
Yeah, right? That's it. Wrap it up.
Yeah. So speaking of like art, kind of being inspired by your books, or inspiring your books. I know that several of your covers feature you and your husband and a friend.
Yes. Actually, the entire Double Play series is me and my husband. And everyone was like, oh my God, love the baseball booty. And then they found out it was him. They're like, I'm like, it's fine. I knew that was going to happen. It's totally okay. You can admire it.
He really
and then we're actually,
he really is your real life book boyfriend.
Yeah. He was a trooper. He's like, just whatever, tell me what you want me to do, it's fine. And we're actually on Sadler at Stake too, the third one.
That's awesome. So
I was trying to figure out, and I wanted to find like the perfect picture, and I and I couldn't find the picture in my head. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make it ourselves, because nothing that I found like encompassed what I wanted. So we just did it.
So actually, like, photographing it, was it awkward? Was it fun? Like, what was that like?
It was fun. I had so many pictures, like outtake pictures, that were like, it was hilarious. And he was just like, his face is just like this, or I'm laughing at him. So it was actually pretty fun to do it. It was hot though. Our garage, we did it in our garage. Oh my Lord. It was like 95 billion degrees in there. So he was sweating and he's like, enough. I'm like, I'm sweating. I'm like, we're just gotta stop making me laugh, and we're just being serious. It was the worst. It was so hot in there. People came out like dying.
Oh my goodness. So does he mind taking photographs then, or no?
He doesn't. He's a trooper. Yeah, as long as it took like 500 hours. If it took longer, he was over it.
See, it's funny because like my husband, I feel like to get really good family photos out of him, you have to get him a little bit like buzzed. And then he's good to go.
A family photo is different because our kids are nuts. So that's definitely a different
I don't know if you do it with 3, just one, like I think he's usually laughing and they're interacting. So it actually I feel like is so much better now that we have a daughter to take photos with, as opposed to like when it was just us.
It's definitely better. Use the kids. Be like, come on, we need a photo with the kids. If it's just us two, it's like, nah, forget it.
Oh, my goodness. So let's see. One of the questions we got was, what advice would you give to an aspiring writer?
Okay. I would say ask a lot of questions, because from when I started to now, I feel like I'm a totally different author, and it was because of all the friendships I've made and like talking to other authors, getting their advice. And like, if I knew what I knew now starting out, it probably would have made my life a lot easier, because I made so many mistakes and just did things backwards. And I'm like, I pull the trigger a lot earlier than I should. So like, I mean, I'm doing like 500 projects right now. I can't say no to anybody. So if I knew, all of these things in the beginning, it would probably make it a lot easier, because I wouldn't have pulled the trigger a lot like early on things, and I would have been more patient. But definitely talk to other authors, because a lot of authors are really open. Like if someone messages me, I love having like meeting people, love having conversations with people. And you learn a lot. Like I'm still learning. I'm becoming friends with a lot of new authors now, and I'm learning things. I'm like, oh my God, how did I not know that? Doing this almost 2 years. I'm like, how did I not know that before? And it's awesome. So definitely like talk to a lot of authors.
Yes.
Ask advice and keep going. Like no matter what, there can be slow times. There could be times where like, I'm a terrible writer. But that's why you make friends, because then your friends are like, shut up, you're a great writer, keep going. Go drink and take the night off and pound those words tomorrow. Yes. So you need an army behind you. That's my biggest advice too, I guess. You need an army. You can't do this by yourself. There's no way.
I totally agree with that, which brings me to my next question from a reader, which was, how do you handle negative reviews or self-doubt? The army of friends.
That's been a big, theme going on. Actually, just this morning, I was talking to a bunch of authors about it. I used to look at Goodreads religiously, and I learned really fast that's not the way to go, because you're not writing. I mean, I write for myself. I have these characters in my head, and I want to get them out, and I want to share them with people. So it's like those reviews are for other readers. You know what I mean? Like they're not really for the author. They're for other readers that are thinking about having, picking up this book. They're going to read the reviews. They're going to see if they want to or not. So they're not for me. And I don't go on there anymore, because it sucks. Like, you don't want to read something that you worked so hard and like put all of your blood, sweat, and tears in, and have someone shit on it. Like it sucks. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm staying away from it. And I feel like staying on Instagram is pretty cool, because a lot of people are super positive.
Yes.
So like my release day, I had so many people make collages and put all the reviews, and like that was uplifting.
Yes.
And I'm sure I would have gone on Goodreads and they'd be like, wow, this sucks, blah, blah, but I stay away from them.
Yeah.
it's not worth it. I have a lot of like positivity and again, your team is behind you and they lift you up. So the negative, I kind of just pretend it's not there.
I think we're all kind of living in a little bit of denial right now with everything, but honestly,
yeah.
I think the key is to stay focused on the positive, right? And it's hard when you maybe read a negative review and I've had some that it was like, well, the way that it was written, like I got really lucky. I actually found some beta readers this way because it was like maybe they really liked my book and they said that it was well written and well edited, but they had like really constructive criticism, and I was like, they know what they're talking about, and I want them to be a beta reader. So it's sometimes I try and take positive away from it, but
it depends on the type of
way it's done.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's constructive and it was just, it was for me, but there were a few like plot holes that I really, there was some where I get a lot on Curveball where it's like, I wish that the characters were developed more. And again, that was like one of my earlier, one of my biggest like earlier books. So I've grown so much from Curveball to now. And it was good. And I took a lot of those reviews, and a lot of those girls are on my beta team because of their reviews. But like the negative, like just trolly reviews, I'm just like, but the ones that are actually constructive criticism I take, and definitely, that helps me. And you're from the beginning to now, you're very, you grow like no matter what, even from now, Sadler Scandal, and then my next book, I'm going to grow from there. So you're always learning and you're always taking advice and criticism.
True. So would you like to play a game? Are you up for it?
Yes, I'm not afraid.
So this game is called Phrase Days. I think it's been sitting in my living room for like 5 years. It was probably like a stocking stuffer. But now it's going to get a second life. So basically, I'll show you a card with a picture on it, and you have to guess what the phrase is saying. Okay, here we go. Can you see it?
Oh, God. Snowflake, cold shirt, hot flake shirt.
So think cold and then go towards
cold shoulder.
Ding ding, you got it. Okay, let's
see.
No,
baby.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. How about this one?
Oh God. A drop in the. Oh my God. It's a phrase. A drop in the ocean. A drip in the ocean.
You got it. You're rocking this.
I knew that was a phrase somewhere.
Let's see. Some of these I'm like, whoa, they are way complicated. Okay, this one's kind of funny actually.
Oh my gosh. Highway robbery?
It's about stealing. What's in the bag?
Oh, stealing lightning, stealing bolts, steel bolts, bolt steel.
Thunder.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. Okay, I won't torture you anymore. So one of the other things you had is that you live outside of Nashville. So just pretend that I could come visit. Where would you take me out to eat?
Oh my gosh, that'd be well. Actually, truthfully, we haven't really like explored downtown Nashville because we have 3 kids and no babysitter. So like it's not really kid friendly, really. But I guess I went one time with my friend. We went to the Backstreet Boys concert at the Predator Stadium, and we went to like a few like rooftop bars, which were really cool. And it's awesome because like you have people that open mic and things like that, and it's crazy how good everyone is at singing in Nashville. Like it's insane. They're so good. So any bar with live music, that's where we'd go because it's incredible. The talent is like awesome.
So does that inspire you to write like a singer-songwriter?
Oh, hell yes, it does. Definitely on my list. My like list of things to write is so long, but that's definitely on there.
Always got to keep a list, but you never know what's gonna, mash up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you came to visit me, I'd take you to our favorite pizza place. It's like this authentic Neapolitan style. So it's like super thin crust, and they bake it in this huge like oven. It takes like 90 seconds. And then we go to ice cream at my favorite store called Melt. So.
Oh man, I love ice cream. That's my downfall.
They're just so good. They make like homemade waffle cones and like sauces, and it's just like it's super happy and it's like yellow, and they give back to the community. It's really cool. So
oh, that's so cool.
It's our favorite place. Anyways, so we also have a giveaway to do, right?
Yes, we do.
So
we're gonna do
giving a prize.
Yeah. You want to say it or want me to say it? You want me to?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we're going to be giving away a gift card, and I forgot what else we're giving away.
I know, I didn't have it written on my cheat sheet. I'm like, that's why you have to say
it. A gift card, and I'm pretty sure I could do a paperback and an ebook if you want.
Oh, wow, that's really nice. Okay.
And I got a bunch of swag, like a crap ton of swag.
Awesome. So maybe winner's choice, or what do you have a specific one?
Yeah, winner's choice of paperback and ebook, whatever you want.
Okay, and are you still doing the gift card too?
Yep.
Okay, how much is that one, Amazon?
$10.
Okay, so
pretty much looks out of that one.
This amazing prize. You just have to follow me and Nicole and comment in the post to tell us that you did that. Maybe give us a high five, or even tell us something you liked about our chat, or ask a question. And it's been super awesome having you here today. I really appreciate it.
I'm happy no one crashed.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So before you go, I have to ask what 3 things you're grateful for today, because for people who've read my book, Unexpected, the main character, Preston, is this nanny, and every night he asks the little girl that he watches, like, what 3 things she's grateful for. So I thought it would be kind of fun to incorporate here.
I love that. My family, for sure. They're keeping me sane during this crazy time. Grateful to be healthy. And then I guess grateful that we're back in Tennessee, because we were in New York for a while, and now I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, that was good timing.
Yes, perfect timing.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to actually speak with you instead of, like, we're always messaging. But
yeah,
like,
right. I know.
Talk. It's been really fun. I appreciate it. And, thanks to everyone for watching. Be sure to enter the giveaway by following both of us and commenting on this video. And you can find the links to her books in her Instagram bio. And be sure to sign up for her newsletter to get a free book. Until next week, I will sign off and say goodbye. Did you want to wave goodbye, Nicole?
Thanks.
This is Jenna Hartley, and cheers to love, laughter, and happily ever afters.
Bye.